As you guys already know, I received my new camera yesterday, the Blackmagic Cinema 6K full frame, and I literally just got my cage for it. So in this video, I'm gonna literally build this rig up in front of y'all and explain my setup. This is a tilted cage right here. I really had a hard time trying to find any other brands that make cages for this camera. I think Tilted is the only one as of right now. Tilted is pretty good. I have their cage for my Pocket 4K, and that one is actually pretty good. I like how it's set up. I wonder if this is the right cage. Right side. Oh yeah, it's a lot of pieces to this. Actually, it's more than I thought. Oh, it's only 5 pieces. Maybe I over-exaggerate a little bit. I just want to say I really love this camera so far. I literally have no complaints as far as the quality that it produces. I see a lot of people trying to bash the camera and say, oh, well, they're gonna just wait for the Pix's 6K to drop, which I was too. But then again, I realized I really would love to have that monitor on the back. It kind of just makes my workflow easier to have the same exact size monitor on the camera that I basically use externally. Then it can tilt. That was the one thing I always was fascinated by with Blackmagic 6K Pro version. I always wanted one, so I'm glad that I waited and I was able to get a full frame version that literally is amazing in low light, I want to say as well. I literally filmed a test last night, but I needed to get some more scenes, so I didn't drop that yet. But I tested out the low light a little bit last night. I couldn't really find no places around where I stayed that was really bright enough for it. But then again, that's the true test of low light. You want to see how it is in any situation. So tonight I'm gonna actually go out and test this out. I was pretty much waiting on my cage. And I do want to say as well, they did a great job with the design of this camera to me, because I was actually able to rig this out with no cage, like my full setup, which is pretty wild. But I definitely wanted the cage on it just to protect it. I didn't want to scratch the body up. What is this? The more I'm getting into cameras and stuff, I realize I really like building rigs, because you can customize these to do exactly what you want. I feel like a lot of people just copy and paste somebody else's setup, and then that's kind of like foreign to me. So I'll always be trying new stuff, and you'll be surprised with some of the things you could do with these camera rigs, especially with the cages. I know you guys seen the test that I did yesterday. I was literally mind blown by this camera, I'm not gonna lie. It's literally, I think, the best camera on the market at this price that's full frame. This really is gonna take my quality to the next level. I don't feel like it's a major difference from the S5 II, but it just, to me, it's something about the motion blur that I feel like those type of cameras just don't have, you know what I'm saying? And Blackmagic always gave me like true to cinema feel when it comes to their products, and I truly appreciate that. And I also want to say I was not paid to do any video on this camera, none of that shit. I literally buy my own gear. I'm 6 cameras in at this point, and I'm gonna keep collecting. This is just what I do. This is what I love. This is a part of my life. So I don't do these videos to sell y'all on anything. Me personally, I literally hate going to people's channels where they just rave about how great something is and they don't talk about the bad. And speaking of the bad, something that I instantly hate about this camera is the battery life. That's pretty much expected though, because they never do too well with the whole battery life thing. I don't like that they send the camera to you with the battery already pretty much dead. I think that's pretty fucked up, because if you want to test it out and truly want to see what the camera is capable of when you first get it, I would appreciate having a full battery life. Giving me 5 minutes to test the camera out before it dies completely. And the battery that they sent is literally horrible with recharging. I literally left it on the charger for like, I had it on the charger for like an hour, and the bar wasn't even halfway filled, you know what I'm saying? It was like 35% battery life, and that died in like 25 minutes of me filming today with my son. So there's already a headache, but that's why I needed this case, so I can go ahead and build up my full rig. Then I can use my V-mount battery to power my camera, which I would highly recommend if you don't know about that. Using the V-mount with the 12-volt attachment that goes to your camera is gonna literally be a lifesaver. I would not recommend using the regular batteries that come with this. I would say if you don't want to make a massive rig, multiple batteries, but just expect to like take days for those to recharge, and I just don't think it's worth it. Well, I guess I can start talking about the things I actually like. Like I said earlier, the image quality is amazing. I don't know what it is, it's just like right out the gate, the image just literally just was like, wow. And the low light is very impressive. Like I said, I don't want to tell y'all how good it is. I'd rather show y'all. But after I get this set up, I'm gonna actually take this out and I'm gonna actually show y'all how good it is in low light. Reading the manuals, I feel like these little two-dimensional pictures would be horrible for me to understand. Put this all the way up. Hold on, I got a guest. I got a special guest coming in. Son, what do you want? You wanna help me do this? You wanna help Dad fix it? You wanna help me fix it? Come on. Hey, you got a car. All right, so this is what we got. We're gonna screw this in, twist it up, baby, twist it. All right, we got that on. So this is how the cage look. All right, so the first thing we're gonna add is my SSD. Let me take this tape off. I had to really rig this some type of way to record the video the other day. Well, yesterday, I used some tape to stick it to my camera, but we're gonna put this on. And so the next thing we're gonna put on is this V-mount plate. Really like how easy it is to set this up. All right, so that's the battery mat box in the front. This slides right on. I already got this set up pretty much. We got our base plate right here for our tripod. We're pretty much getting somewhere. I'm not gonna lie, I probably wouldn't use this up here as much, but I'ma just use it just because, you know what I'm saying? My 4-way D-tap splitter right here. I like to add this on the side of this battery. And this battery, I got this for like $120, I think. Will power my whole rig and everything for, I think, 5 hours. And it takes like an hour to fully charge. So the last thing I got to add is the mic. So I think this is a nice setup. Looks really good to me, personally. I'm proud of it. And with that being said, let's go test it out.